Let's say at one point of the spring semester you start paying more attention to one corner of your campus. That corner of the campus is in one wing of the building where you take most of your classes. You notice that several window sills are occupied by pigeons. You start recording what happens in and around the nests, hoping to tell this as a story. On the window sills of your classroom, you notice what seems to be a nestless couple. You can also see 3 nests on the 2 window sills of a neighboring classroom. As of early March, the 3 nests are in the following condition. The closest one to you is probably empty. The middle nest has 2 eggs in it. And the farthest nest might get occupied soon. 1 week later, 2 nests are occupied. By mid-March, 2 nests are still occupied, 1 is empty, and the nestless couple is still without a nest. Late in the month, you see that the most promising nest, the one with 2 eggs, is empty. The eggs are gone. The nestless couple is still there. At the end of March, the closest nest has a pigeon in it. The farthest nest has a pigeon that sits suspiciously high in the nest. That bird seems to be sitting on an egg. The nestless couple is still happy together. You come back from spring break and man, there are some changes. I mean, the nestless couple is still happy. The closest nest is now empty. The former 2-egg nest in the middle now has 2 adult birds in it. And the farthest nest has a squab. Somebody must have noticed the squab. Probably to give the squab some privacy, that person closed the blinds in the classroom that hosts the nest. A couple of days later, a quick check on all the nests brings some questions. Where did the former 2-egg, 2-adult bird nest go? Anyway, today is the first day you try to figure out how to better film the squab. The parent is obviously unhappy despite the fact that you are filming through a gap in the blinds and the window is conveniently dirty outside. The first feeding you witness looks like a violent affair. The squab stretches its wings a bit, which for some reason reminds you of how people yawn. It then flaps its wings with full power. That's what a nice meal can do. The squab seems to be quite clumsy still. This filming setup will have to go if the parent continues to be suspicious. A lot of the squab's time is spent on beauty procedures. The second feeding captured today looks like this. It seems that the parent suddenly got fed up with feeding. The first video of the day is a check on the happy nestless couple.
So happy together.
The 2-egg nest is still gone. The squab is hanging out by itself. I don't know what this process is for, but I feel sorry for the parent. The parrot stubbornly insists on sitting on the squab. I feel sorry for the squab. Good luck with that. Seems like a day when the parent spent quite a lot of time with the squab. After the parent leaves, cleaning oneself and stretching are the main activities. It's about 1 in the afternoon and direct sunshine is making its way to the nest. But as the sun becomes more cruel, the trees are saving the squab from the direct sun rays. The squab is chilling in a relative shade while masquerading as a part of a messy nest. The parent also provides some shade. Oh no, this video has just officially become the least glamorous video on this channel. But life continues with some more parent-child quality time. The last observation before you go home for the day is some late afternoon feeding. You start your observations on Saturday afternoon after sleeping in and running some errands. This shot offers a rare opportunity to see the squab's eyes. The eyes usually cannot be seen really well because the window glass is dirty. Today the squab seems to pay quite a lot of attention to its surroundings in the nest. The squab even tries to peck the window, which, to be honest, seems to be covered in poop. I hear you, little thing. A couple of pigeons courting each other land on the windowsill. The squab seems to be attempting to scare them away by shaking its wings. Later in the evening, the parent who seems to be the mom joins the squab in the nest. But she leaves at some point and doesn't come back. You're getting hungry and you really need to leave. You are worried that something bad might happen to the squab if the parents leave it. Let's hope that the squab will be there tomorrow. Amazingly, the squab is alive and stretching. The nest seems to be getting a bit too small, though. The afternoon meal arrives at about 4. After the meal, the squab settles down into the safety of the nest. While you are checking on the nestless couple,
so happy together.
2 moulting bandits arrive to threaten the squab. One of the bandits pecks the squab in the head.
Кыш, кыш отсюда! Кыш, кыш, кыш! Кыш отсюда!
Journalistic ethics tells us not to interfere with the natural flow of events, but I cannot help but intervene.
Уходи отсюда! Иди отсюда! Шум, 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 шум! Уходи отсюда! Уходи отсюда, ты маленькая! И ты уходи!
The bandit pigeons eventually leave, but not without learning some Russian. But one immediately comes back.
Шу! Уходи! Уходи отсюда! Уходи отсюда! Уходи отсюда! Уходи! Уходи отсюда! Шу!
Nothing helps. The bird is smart enough to know how window glass works.
Уходи отсюда!
I lose it. I turn off the phone camera and switch on the flashlight. This does the trick. When it's time to go home, the bandit birds are still there. Let's hope for the best. The next morning, the squab is still there, sitting under the parent. For the first time, you observe the squab scratching itself with a hind limb. Today you must leave the campus early. That scaffolding right across the squab's window doesn't look good. The squab is still there. The parent who seems to be the mom arrives for feeding. moments later, the mom is ready to give a second helping. Overexcited, the squab steps out of the nest. But the mom knows the tricks for getting the squab back to safety. That was a large meal. Whatever the plan is for the scaffolding, it will be clearer tomorrow. It's here. The scaffolding is here. They dragged it all the way here. It's part of the window cleaning process. At least someone is excited. The squab is unbothered. This looks like a different kind of feeding. It requires the birds to face the same direction. What is happening there? And why the mom is not at all concerned about the squab dancing on the edges of the nest? What? An excursion out of the nest? Followed by some impressive wing flapping. By the time the squab settles down in the nest, you must go to just one class. Not more than an hour and a half later, the scaffolding is gone. And so is the squab. The parents are already busy planning for another child. This is the mom. The nest from the neighboring window is on the ground. Several more nests met the same fate. There is no sign of the squab anywhere nearby. Of the 3 nests we started with, only one survived. The dead contribute something to refresh the nest. Honestly, the dead appears in the picture more often than he ever did while the squab was here. He even guards the nest while the mom is away, but the mom wants it back. If the squab survived the ordeal, this is the first night it is spending as a juvenile out there in the world. Good luck to you, little birdie. This video was created by me, Yulia Medvedeva. Thank you so much for watching.